Hello and welcome to Clarity Tarot. I'm so happy to have you here today. Today's reading is going to be a little bit different. So what I'm doing, it's going to be a big mystery to everyone, including me. I just laid out here actually all the decks that I currently have. And what I'm going to do is just shuffle something from each of the decks into 3 different piles. And we'll see what comes through. I think it'll be just kind of a mystery surprise reading. We'll see what the themes are for each. So if you'd like to skip the shuffling process, you can see in the timestamps below how to do that. For now, I'll tell you what the different decks are we have. We have Ethereal Visions Tarot. We have Tarot of the Divine. These 3 decks I made myself. One is General Messages. Volume 2, General Messages Volume 1 that I created. This is a deck of Enneagram related cards. This is the Language of Letting Go Oracle deck. This is the Tree of Life Oracle, the Kabbalah. This is just my Russian prison playing card deck. And these cards I decided to bring out today, they're actually from a Gallup Strengths Finder deck, but they're just a bunch of different images that I thought would be interesting to integrate into a reading. So we're going to try that. So fast forward the video if you would like. Otherwise, I will see you at your pile. Once I shuffle into the 3 groups, I will pause it there if you'd like to select your pile from those. Okay, see you at your reading. Okay, we're back, or if you watched that shuffling, this is going to be quite a jumble of things here. So we have pile 1, pile 2, pile 3. Pile 1 has the Hermit reversed, and let's say this blue pen. Pile 2 has 4 of Swords, and this, it's actually rose water chapstick. It's quite delicious. Really into rose right now. And then pile 3, what should we grab for pile 3? How about this cleaning your glasses cloth with kind of this Renaissance woman on there. So pile 1, pile 2, pile 3. Pick your pile and I will see you at your reading. Okay, hello pile 1. If you picked the Hermit reversed or this blue pen, here is your reading. We have the Hermit reversed, the Emperor, 7 of Swords, the Eater, 6 of Pentacles. I want you. I don't want to hurt your feelings. Can I take you out? I just want attention. Lost messages of type 5. Your needs are not a problem. Communicating clearly in reverse. And then we have this beautiful picture of a tree. Let's see, can you see that? A tree by the water. Let's see, where can I put this so you can look at that, because it's just so beautiful. And let's have that there. I want you. Can I take you out? Okay, so that's your reading. All right, let's get into this pile 1. What have we got here for you? So this looks like a relationship you might be in that isn't going very smoothly. This could be work or personal, but I'm getting, even if it is a work relationship, it's a closer kind of work relationship, like some kind of partnership. And recently you may have realized that it's just is not totally doing it for you. You've tried to be supportive for the other person, and you've realized maybe that you've left yourself behind a little bit or haven't prioritized your own needs in the way that you would want to, and you're getting some emotions that are coming up around that. I think this other person is noticing you pulling away, and so they're trying to step it up a bit, but the way that they're doing that is in trying to give you attention and like verbal affirmation. I think in the past, pause. Sorry about that, a brief interruption. I had to cut out of the video, but yes, so the way that this person is interpreting your behavior is that you just need more attention, need more of their time. So they're trying to show up for you, but there's something they're not understanding. I'm getting that this communicating clearly can go one of two ways, and you'll know which one it is, pile 1. But it's either that they don't have the skills to really have a clear conversation about this, so every time you try, it just goes nowhere. Or perhaps, I'm getting this is a smaller percentage of you, but there might be a few of you watching this reading where you've tried to talk about what you need and you just either haven't been clear on it yourself enough to get the point across, or you just haven't done as well as you would have liked explaining exactly what you need in this situation. But regardless, whatever the case, what's happening here for you is you're realizing the strength that you have and how much you can grow and bloom and thrive like this tree here without, an abundance of sustenance or outside help. Do you see how this tree, it's on the edge of this rock? I mean, it can't be getting that much nourishment, right? From the root system, yet it still is standing tall. It's overlooking this beautiful vista of the water. And I think this lost messages from the Enneagram deck so the lost messages for Enneagram type 5, your needs are not a problem. This situation has helped you to realize that not only was this a message you received in childhood, sorry, let me say that more clearly. In childhood, you probably received the message that your needs are a problem. And so at least at some level of yourself, you may give that same attitude towards yourself and your own needs. Now, I don't think like cognitively or mentally you would say my needs are a problem, but this situation has made you realize that at least at some level within yourself, you're not allowing yourself to have needs in a particular area. And so, especially the way that this person is showing up, I'm getting that they're trying to strategize, maybe be overly masculine, and give you more of that time and attention, but that's not exactly what you need. So this whole situation is helping you clarify exactly what that is that you want and need from this person, so that you can, in some cases, ask for it, and in other cases, realize, I can give that to myself. I don't need to create some kind of strange dynamic between me and this other person, so that like if I scratch their back, they'll scratch mine. I can get my needs if I give them their needs, that kind of thing. I'm checking in the book about this Eater card, which is a water sign element. And possible meanings are someone who's taking too much, something consuming too much money or resources, carelessness, surplus, or an over-enthusiastic approach. Yeah, So I think this is referring, again, back to the situation that you're realizing in some way this person is taking too much from you. And I don't think this is an unfamiliar situation in which you find yourself. But again, what you're realizing is you don't need this person. It may have been in the past that you thought that there was something you really needed this person for. But you're realizing the truth of it, that you are this elegant, tall tree that can stand alone, that doesn't need, the protection of an emperor, so to speak, or someone to give them attention and direct desire their way, or cater to their feelings. You are on your own spiritual journey, and as you continue down this road, you'll realize more and more and more how much you want to connect with people and be around them, but you don't truly have to have any one person for you to be whole and fully integrated within yourself. So I just want to ask Spirit if there's anything I missed with this message, anything perhaps that I said that was incorrect that should be altered, or just anything that Spirit wants to add. Anything else, Spirit, for pile 1? Queen of Swords reversed and the 5 of Cups with the 2 of Pentacles. Okay. 3 of Wands. I'll put that there. So what I'm getting here is clarification about this communicating clearly reversed card. So for some of you, you have communicated very clearly, but it's come through in more of a Queen of Swords reversed way, which that would mean essentially the communication can come through a little bit harshly, okay? And so there are some people in the world, I've run into this personally myself a lot because I can definitely get like this. When I get angry, I get very clear, very direct, but it's also quite blunt and harsh. And so I learned in my life that sometimes when there's a person in that energy, there are people who just literally can't even hear what's being said, or they write it off completely as like an emotional moment or something because the person was clearly angry when they spoke that. However, and it can create a lot of emotional pain. So there's something here that your person is not understanding is really true and really clear and really should be listened to that you're saying. And just because it may only come out when you're really angry or frustrated doesn't mean it shouldn't be listened to. Like, it's still a very clear issue that's coming through. And I think what it has to do with is with the 2 of Pentacles and the 3 of Cups in reverse, you just want this person to not only be your lover or partner, even if it's a work thing, you want them to be your friend. You want them to care for you in softer ways than they do. So it's less about like them giving you things, whether it's them giving you sexual attention or collaboration. Like, yeah, you like that, but you want them to care about how you're doing inside, all the things that you're juggling. Also, you want to be able to go out with your friends and have them not be threatened by that. You want to be able to be supported in the ways that you get support from the community, essentially. And I'm here to tell you that all those things are natural needs. You should not have to apologize for any of them. And this person will get it. They will get it. There's something about this Queen of Swords reverse energy that's shutting them down. What do I want to do? I want to pull a message from this person for you. So Spirit, what would pile 1's person want to say to them about this? And we already have, can I take you out? I want to give you attention. Okay, we have, I'm taking responsibility for my actions here with how do we fix this in reverse? I want to see you again in reverse. I imagine you here with me in reverse. So from all this, I'm getting that you're still with this person, so this isn't like, most likely it's not a separated situation. This person doesn't want to ask you how to fix things anymore. They want to get busy on their own. They want to try some things that they've learned and grow. And I think what they're just asking for from you here is some patience. Like, okay, I know that I was maybe a bit of an idiot in the past, but I picked up a few things. Even if I don't totally get it, I'm starting to get the hint. So I'm not asking you or looking to you about how to fix this anymore. And I'm going to take some practical steps here in the real world. And this is, I'm also getting, this is referring back to the Emperor and the Seven of Swords combined. This combination, I think, is your person. And it's a positive combination. I mean, it's about strategizing and finding the most effective way forward. And this person is committed to doing that. And all it requires from you is allowing them some space and time in the growth process and continuing to communicate as clearly as possible. If there would be any advice for you, I'll pull a card for you, but already the advice inherent in this reading would be communicate your needs before you feel yourself at this angry place. I know that's easier said than done sometimes, but if you can communicate, a minute or a day or a second before you're over the edge and so beyond frustrated, I think that will go a long way in your person understanding even more what's going on and what they're doing wrong. Because it's not a lack of interest. I'm not getting a lot of, selfishness or ego here. Although Spirit's correcting me and saying this person has a really big ego. Okay, so this person does have a really big ego. However, they're very, very committed to making this better for you. They want to feel successful. They want to have generosity and a balanced relationship with you. If for no other reason, for themselves to feel successful, you know what I mean? But they do care about you. They do want what's best for you and the relationship. So that is your message, pile one. Oh, I said I was going to pull advice for you. Okay, let's see. Advice for pile one. Five of Pentacles. And the Artist reversed. Yeah, so this again is coming back to, oh, I put it away already. How do we fix this? You are not the person to fix this. Your role in this is not to be creative, not to find alternate solutions, not to brainstorm, but to sit there, let this person be out in the cold, so to speak. Almost as if you were, this sounds terrible, but if you were parenting. And this is not meant to be insulting. I just really think that, especially if you're in a deep relationship with somebody, you're interacting with each other's inner children. So it really is kind of like parenting. Be as clear in your actions as you possibly can be, even more so than your words. So if the person isn't doing what you want them to do, don't shower them with love and affection. When they do what you want them to do, give them lots of positive reinforcement. Oh my goodness, this was so great. I love it when you XYZ because it makes me feel XYZ. I mean, seriously, it might feel a little overdone to you, but it can really help the learning ground in somebody that is just starting out with some new behaviors. So, okay, I think we're really done now, pile one. I hope you enjoyed that reading and then it resonated for you. I forgot to mention in the intro, if you're watching this in January 2022, I'm doing a giveaway for a free reading. So if you would like to enter the drawing for that, just leave a comment on any of my videos. You can enter up to 5 times. And the first week of February, I will select the winner and you'll get a 15-minute private recorded reading on the questions of your choice. So I'm looking forward to getting to know my subscribers a bit more through that. So thank you so much, pile one, and hope to see you again soon. Okay, pile two, if you chose the Four of Swords reversed or this Rose Water lip gloss, which maybe I should use them for a second, here is your reading. Okay, we have the Four of Swords, the Two of Wands reversed, the Seven of Wands, Don't Pressure Me, Queen of Wands, I'm going to put this picture here in the center. We have the cauldron, the victor in reverse. I still think I'm right. Don't even know where to start. That's in reverse. Childhood wound, rejection of intimacy. Approving of myself. Wisdom of the 9, all is as it should be, in you, in the world, and surrender to the flow of life. And then we have defense mechanism of type 2, repression, and that's in reverse. Where am I going to put this where you can see them all? Here we go. Let's make sure you can see everything. Yeah, it looks as good as it's going to get. So I realized as I was setting out your reading, this was in reverse, wasn't it? The 4 of Swords. And when I set it out upright. So the first message I'm getting, well, first of all, this is about a situation in which you've had some conflict with someone, and this person is coming out of their meditative, contemplative time with this conflict. I'll just say they're getting ready to approach you soon or address this more directly. However, what's standing out to me most with this reading is just how many images and messages we have about like festering or being about to break or being at that moment where if you just say one more thing, I'm going to snap, is basically like what's coming through about this reading. So this person, whatever happened between you, they are triggered, would be a small word to use for this. This has directly hit on some of their biggest childhood wounds, some of their most extreme triggers, and they're doing everything they can not totally run away, leave it behind, and turn it into a total baby in terms of how they handle the situation. So I'm even getting that you may, how would I say this? You may kind of pick this up about them a little bit. Like even when you think about them, you might be like, ugh, what a baby, in terms of how this is being handled. It's not far from the truth, pile 2. And it's not because this person is immature or they don't care or they don't have the skills. They actually do have the skills. They were just very surprised by the way that this situation came up. They were not expecting to have an issue with you. So I'm not sure how that came about, where they were so taken by surprise. But it's almost like, you know, oh, this is so funny. I'm going to quote from that terrible, well, I shouldn't call him terrible, singer whose name I don't remember. Comment below if it's like a super famous song last year. But one of the lyrics is, I let my guard down and then you pulled the rug. I was getting used to being somebody you loved. Yeah. Someone put it in the comments below, or maybe I'll link it later, because that's funny that I am thinking of that song, which I don't on a regular basis. But that's how this person experienced this dynamic with you, where I think they had a lot of trust for you, or at least enough experiences with you where they felt that they could predict your behavior in a particular way or expect a certain dynamic with you. And it was like one day you showed up and you're like, actually, no, and this and this and this and this. And I think you really called them to the carpet a bit, pile 2. If you didn't have a major issue with someone where you were in an energy of like pushing them or confronting them about something, this might not be your pile, just because almost every element here is speaking to that. Starting with, we have the Queen of Wands. So who is the Queen of Wands? I mean, in this other deck, the Tarot of the Divine, the Queen of Wands is depicted as Pele, the goddess of fire, who creates the volcanoes and where earth rises up beneath, you know, her creative fiery energy. And it's almost like I think of the Queen of Wands. Maybe there's a deck that has this. I'd be curious to know if there is. But when I think of the Queen of Wands, I almost think of like light shooting out of her fingers, like pew pew. You know, she's just very, very intense, very magnetic, very creative, kind of magical. And she almost has this like tractor beam that draws you in. So this person sees you that way. They see you in a very high light. And whatever happened between you, they internalize as you criticizing them, you maybe even cutting them off, you saying, this is over, I'm not doing this anymore. Either take things to the next level with me or I'm out, or maybe even something like, you didn't support me the way that I needed, something like that. And this could have been friendship, work, or romantic, but whatever it was, this person did not step to you in the way that you expect, and I think you let them know, this doesn't meet my standards. So what's happening inside of them now? Well, this is their struggle right here. They are working really hard right now to not turn against themselves, and this is part of why they're not reaching out. Because if they were to reach out right now, they would either do so in a, I'm a piece of garbage, I can't believe this happened. They would take responsibility for absolutely everything that went wrong. And they know that that isn't good for their self-esteem or the situation. The other option would be for them to come at you in anger and say, basically in the same energy, trying to their own sense of self, like, no, I can't believe you said this. You're wrong. I'm right. So they're trying to work with those two sides within themselves and come to some balance before they come back to you, because they know if they don't do that, any conversation they might have with you now is likely not going to go anywhere positive unless you show up in just the most positive, amazing, benevolent energy ever. And I'm hearing that usually is you, actually, that you do kind of show up in that way. And with this situation, you didn't, and that's part of what threw them off. So they don't want to get burned again by that. They don't want to come in just however they come and expect you to be the mature one. They know that that's not the right thing. So actually, I think we want to give pile 2 some credit. Slow clap for pile 2. They are doing the work. They are integrating this within themselves, and they're going to come out on the other side. Again, with the cauldron and the victor. So the cauldron, a water card. I mean, really it is about like what's on simmer. What is this like soup that's happening within somebody? And then the victor, wanting to. This is almost like a 6 of Wands card to me, reversed. Like wanting to be successful, wanting to be victorious, and not seeing the possibility of that in this situation. They're realizing that they repressed some things in this situation, and they're coming to terms with that. They also are very aware of their challenges in intimate relationships. They just didn't see that playing out in your relationship. And I can almost like see you shaking your head, pile 2, being like, what? How could they not see that was happening? But what I'm getting is this person, it's been so much worse in the past. Like the way they've done people has been so much worse than how it went with you. And so you know how that is, like if you're used to like 10 out of 10 terrible behavior in yourself and you get down to like 7 out of 10, you're like, man, I'm doing really great. I'm doing pretty good. I am awesome. But they're not understanding how that's coming across to you, a person, I'm guessing, who is maybe better about connecting on a deeper level. I still think I'm right. I don't even know where to start. This person knows exactly what to do, and they are going to do it when they come back and fix this. I say fix this, meaning they're going to come back and address it in a mature way. Now, is it going to be in an open-hearted way in which you feel inspired to open to this person again? That's 50-50. I mean, I'm getting that. I mean, look at this image here. For this to have happened, this doesn't happen overnight. This may have been kind of the death by 1,000 cuts kind of situation where you wake up one day and you realize, I am just done with this person. I'm even thinking of, if you're a Myers-Briggs person, there's this thing called the INFJ door slam, where it's said to be particular about INFJs, but really could be anybody. But what it is basically just going along, having a nice relationship with somebody, and some things not going your way, and then one day just realizing, wait a minute, even though this is a small thing, it's the last small thing, and I don't stand for this. I don't want this to be my life. I'm not doing it anymore. I'm making a decision to leave it behind, and now I'm done. And like, door closed, done. And to the person on the other side, it's like, are you kidding? Like, that is the thing that you're upset about. But it's not just that thing, it's 100 things. And yeah, who wants to go and have a talk with somebody and be like, I know I said I was upset about that one thing, but actually here's the other 99. I mean, it's probably better for everybody just to move on. So anyway, just wanted to speak that if that relates to your situation at all. So what I want to do next, I want to get some timing for you about when this person might finish their cauldron simmering, stewing in their own feelings soup process. So Spirit, what can you tell us about when this person may re-emerge? Okay, well, I'm not getting a specific timing, but I'm getting when this will happen is going to be when they have fully processed how their actions create a lack of belonging, a lack of connection, and uneven dynamic in their relationships, when they realize how much they don't have the strength or the skills in this area, and they're overwhelmed by the anxiety or like the knowledge of that. That has to happen first. Then they have to come through the other side and feel self-sufficient and stable enough to come back. Not necessarily all the way to like a six of wands victory kind of feeling, but close to it. They need to feel secure within themselves. I'm getting this as like a 2 to 3 month kind of deal. Let's see if there's any advice for you, pile 2, in terms of how to deal with this person. I'm kind of getting that you're done, like not having it, but let's see. Okay, advice for pile 2. I'm gonna pull a message card from you also, but advice for pile 2. 2 Pentacles in reverse. Okay, that's a clear message. And then I'm getting that you may not feel as clear about your own feelings in the situation as you would like to. Maybe you're feeling angry. Could be a lot of reasons. But let's, Spirit, can I get a message from pile 2 to their person that would describe how they're feeling in this situation? One almost came out, not quite. I'm going to reach out to you soon in reverse. Yeah, so I think where you're at, pile 2, is you've said what you needed to say. You will never initiate with this person. So you learned your lesson. Anything that they want to create is going to have to be from their effort, and you'll reciprocate maybe an equal measure to what they initiate, maybe not even an equal measure. Maybe you overgave, and so what you'll give back might be, not totally meeting them halfway, but that would be justice in the situation. So to sum up your feelings from this card and from your advice, which I'll say in a second, your feelings are, I've invested what I can invest. There's no more in me to give to this situation. It wouldn't be kind, it wouldn't be right, it would be an act of violence to myself if I were to try to continue to give to you. So I won't. So the feelings almost don't matter. It could be anyone. This could be a mother or father or a partner or someone that you dearly love. But if it comes down to, if I continue to give to you, I injure myself, you're at a point where you refuse to do that. So the feelings don't matter. So I hope that's clarifying for you and that resonates. Your advice, the 2 Pentacles in reverse. Don't try to balance. I don't usually get this with the 2 Pentacles, but I'm getting that this refers to your needs and the other person's needs. It's not your job to balance them getting what they need and you getting what you need in the situation. That's just literally not your job. It's a great quality about you. It doesn't need to happen in this situation, and certainly it doesn't do anything for you. You're realizing that you need to focus on solely what you need, which is some space, some respect, this person to acknowledge or apologize what's happened here and try and make it right. And if they don't, so be it. Your life goes on. You would prefer that they make it better, but you're not going to save this at all costs. So your advice is to lean into that feeling, to not try to think only of your own needs in the situation for once, which might feel a little uncomfortable, pile 2. All right, I think that's your reading. I hope you enjoyed that. Please leave me a like, comment, or subscribe if you did. I forgot to mention in the intro, if you'd like to enter my drawing for a free reading, leave a comment on any of my videos if you're in the month of January 2020. And I will select a winner the first week of February and get you a free 15-minute reading with a private link for you to review and enjoy. And I hope to see you again, pile 2. Thank you for coming by. All right, pile 3. If you selected the 5 of coins, the 10 of wands, or this Renaissance woman here, this is your reading. Okay, 5 of coins, 10 of wands, the High Priestess, King of Pentacles, 4 of Pentacles reversed. Why? I'm sorry. King of Cups, Knight of Pentacles, the Gambler, the Marker, and the Coward. Interesting. I'm begging, baby, please. The approach of Enneagram types 4, 5, 9. Receptive to withdrawn. That's in reverse. We have this picture here. Looks like a rock concert or something. That's funny how I just said that. A rock concert. Like I'm a granny. And then we have these 2 cards, Trusting God and Waiting Patiently in reverse. So hopefully, let's see, hopefully you'll be able to see those if I put them here. Okay, let me tune into your reading for a moment, pile 3. So for this pile, I'm getting, so the first 2 piles were about relationships. I'm getting that this pile is actually all about you in your dialogue with your God and with your inner self, your higher self, if you want to think about it that way. There's some area of growth or change in your life that you are pushing yourself to get to. You are doing the work in the most intense way possible. You're doing all the right things, taking all the steps that you know to take, going through the motions and making sure everything's aligned and just waiting for the results. And you're thinking, I've worked so hard, I've done so much. Where are these results? And it's crazy. I don't know if you can hear any of this, but as soon as I started talking, there's sirens going off over here. There's somebody with a leaf blower, or I don't even know, a jackhammer outside my door over here. So maybe there's a bunch of things popping off in your life, pile 3, that are really stressing you out or making you feel like, why is this happening? Is this like karma? Is this the result of me doing something wrong? And Spirit's here to tell you, no, none of that's the case. Everything is going exactly as it should right now. You're taking those steps that you need to. There's nothing that you have to apologize to Spirit about. I'm getting that you have a pretty rich prayer life or meditation life or conversation with God or your higher self, however, whatever your practice is around that. You're keeping the dialogue open and going. And lately it's had some of this quality of like, I'm begging, like, please come through for me in this area. Please help me figure out what's wrong with my child. What is this health problem that they're dealing with? Please help me figure out how to grow this business, how to become financially stable, how to create the security in my life that I need, how to, like, what are the right risks to take or the right moves to take to be able to get to where I need to in life. And when you see bad things that happen, you're always asking, like, why? And specifically, like, what did I do wrong that created this outcome? I'm really drawn to this combination here in your reading, the High Priestess, the King of Pentacles, with this King of Hearts, King of Cups peeking out underneath, and the Knight of Pentacles. I'm getting that these things describe you. And let me just tell you a bit about what this combination is. First of all, it's a very unique combination. It's something that you wouldn't see very often because it's a lot of different elements coming together. And you may even be a person that's had the experience at times where you kind of confuse people, not because of anything that you're doing, but you don't fit into the normal mold of, what a person, quote unquote, should be like. Like, for example, let's say I'm about to tell you that these examples are going to have a lot of overgeneralizations in them, okay? But it's just to make a point. It's not, I don't necessarily believe these things, but let's say you are an accountant and you're very fastidious with your numbers. You make sure everything is perfect. You never make a mistake. And then people find out also that you're like the lead singer in a band and you stay up till 4 a.m. every weekend. And what else? I don't know, like to float petunias in your bathtub, and your house is a total mess. It's things that don't tend to go together. And so people don't know how to place you. They're who is this alien person, and how can this coexist? But it's because you're a very earth-centered person. We have a lot of pentacles here. 4 of these cards are Pentacles cards. I'm just noticing. So maybe you even are an earth sign, which would be Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus. That could be your rising sign, your Venus, or your sun or moon sign. Anyway, you have this really grounded part to you, but you're also super dreamy and watery, meaning like emotional, able to see beyond the physical. The High Priestess is like the seer of seers. She's, I guess you could say a witch, meaning somebody who understands energy and seeks to move it. The King of Cups is the ultimate knower of the emotional experience. He's able to be in his emotions and express them, but also hold them back when necessary. And I'm just saying he because it's the king. You can be any gender. You could be a King of Pentacles, King of Cups, Knight of Pentacles person and be a woman. It doesn't matter. Or, align with any gender. So, where was I going with all that? I think just to let you know why some of your results might have been a little bit slower. I think that there's some kind of element of sales that's happening here. Like you're trying to make a name for yourself. Maybe this has to do with work or maybe even just in your community, building friendships. The reason it's so slow is because people don't know how to take you. And that's nothing wrong with you. There's a very clear message here that there is nothing for you to fix. I think this reading is just to hopefully give you a little more insight about why this is happening the way it's happening. The reason that you're experiencing this, no, I don't even want to say it that way because it's not a reason. It's not like you had to go through this. It's just what has been. But what you're experiencing from this is you're learning what confuses people about you, how to communicate about that, how to present yourself to them in a way that's clear or so that they can understand the different parts of you and integrate them in their minds. Because if people can't understand or predict a person, there tends to be less trust. So let's say if you're a business owner and you're in a sales conversation with someone and they can't figure out what you're really about, they're going to be less likely to buy for you. Same as if you're creating like an online business and let's say you are, creating a channel to market a particular product or maybe even your services in some way, and people can't get a clear sense of your brand, then that throws them off. They get confused, they don't figure it out, and they just never come back to it. And a lot of times it's not even like a rejection, it's just like I'll come back once I figure that out kind of feeling. So Spirit is coming through and wanting you to understand this so that you get why this is taking longer. You getting really clear on your messaging and finding your tribe, your people that want to be connected to you and want to hear what you have to say, just is going to take a little bit longer for you than other people because you're not as easily digestible. And that's not a bad thing. I mean, you know, things that are more high level can be a little bit more complex, and that's just the nature of it. There's nothing wrong with that. So again, to recap the message of your reading, you're not doing anything wrong. I'm getting that this is your advice here. Don't you love, you know, a message that says, just trust God, everything will be fine? I know that can be infuriating. I do want to read this to you. It's just a couple sentences long, and then I'm going to pull some advice for you as well. Today I'll ask my higher power to send me his best, and I'll trust that all that is good will come to me. I remember that sometimes we don't get what we want because there is something infinitely better in store for us. And so for pile 3, can I get some advice, please, for them and how to deal with this experience that they're in? And if I didn't say it clearly enough already, pile 3, you are working so hard. Spirit sees you. Advice for pile 3, please. Wow. This is a great message. So this is, and it's also very, very clear. This time of frustration is coming to a close. Don't give up. Don't try to start something new. Don't try to like chalk your losses and go a different direction. Look at this combination. 10 of Cups with the 10 of Pentacles. You know, the 10 of Pentacles is the most like earthly success and happiness. Like, it signifies having it all, like having the family and the home and the career and the spiritual life and the physical health, like everything is going as it should. And 10 of Cups is the ultimate emotional fulfillment. The Page of Cups here in reverse, the message is don't dumb yourself down. Don't try to make your message more palatable or something. Don't start over. Keep doing what you're doing. You're going to get your results. Okay, pile 3. Oh, excuse me, my voice is really going out. Excuse me. Wow, that came on all out of nowhere. So pile 3, I hope you enjoyed that reading. Please leave me a comment and let me know what you thought. If you want to enter my giveaway, if you're watching in January 2022, leave me a comment to enter, and I will see you next time. Thanks so much.